Hello friend, welcome back. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can get started with SelectorsHub, like how to install SelectorsHub, where to find in browser, what are the new features which we have recently added, and how you can make the best use of it with all the features. So let's get started. Here in SelectorsHub, just go to selectorshub.com website to install it. You will find SelectorsHub and rest of the products which we offer. So of course the first one is SelectorsHub. You can click on it and it will take you to the SelectorsHub homepage, like detail page. So here you will find the installation link for all the browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Opera, and all these browsers. There's a minor difference between Chrome and Firefox functionality. Rest all is same, so you can follow that tutorial if you are using it on Firefox, though all the features and everything will be similar. Mostly people are using it for Chrome, so we install it on Chrome and we'll give the demo on Chrome browser. So click on install. It will open the Chrome store link from where you can install. Just click on add to Chrome, and here you will always find the latest video with all the features, so whenever you want to refer you can, as well as on the website as well, on this SelectorsHub YouTube channel as well. Here you can see all these things. So let's install this. To install it, you have to click on add to Chrome, then add extension. After adding it, here you will see that like the default SelectorsHub logo you will not find here by default. So what you have to do, click on this extension, default extension logo, and then you can pin it to toolbar so that you will see the SelectorsHub logo on here. Because by default now you see that Chrome browser doesn't show all the extension logo here. You have to pin them, so pin it. Now we have pinned it. Here it is showing. You will also notice that when you will install, it will open a tab with Test Case Studio plugin. So we'll request you to install this as well, because this is another great plugin to get the test cases steps, screenshot, and a lot more things. To file your bug, to get the documentation done, to generate manual test cases, test step automatically. So lots of things can be done. You can see that 5-star rated tool and more than 30,000 active users on Chrome, Edge, Opera, Firefox likewise. So let's first talk about SelectorsHub. If you want to learn more about Test Case Studio, the best recorder plugin, you can check it out here. Okay, so we have installed SelectorsHub. Logos and everything is available here. We have pinned it. You can check out the reviews, privacy practices, whether it is safe and secure or not. If it is blocked in your company, you can also like just refer this here, and you can let them know that this plugin doesn't save any of your user data. It runs local in your system. You can see that here, runs offline. So it is absolutely safe and secure, and you can easily get it unblocked. If it is blocked, you can just request to your company and they will unblock it. Okay, so installation is done and we have pinned it to toolbar. Now next thing is this, that after installation it is always recommended that you restart your browser to make the best use of it. So either you restart or open website on as a new tab on whichever website you want to use it. So we have opened it in a new tab. Now after installing it, SelectorsHub, where to find in your Chrome browser. So one thing is this, that we have pinned it to toolbar. Now to use it, you just have to click on the logo, and you see that, see the magic here, it opens like this. This is one of the best plugin like SelectorsHub, and only plugin which made it possible to open it as a side tab, and just on clicking on logo without interfering your browser, your tab, like it is not coming on top of your web page or not hiding anything here. So that's the best part. And here you will find all the selectors automatically generated. Here you find the like editor box where you can write and verify your xpath. Here all the inspected like all possible selectors are generated, and here you will see all of the features, rest of the features here. Now the next question will be how we can generate the selector for any of these elements if we want to generate. So here we have this inspector, which is a like SelectorsHub inspector button here. So you just have to click on this to inspect any element here, like you do in DevTools. So you just inspect any element and you see that all possible selectors are generated here, and here you can see the HTML DOM of this element, and whichever element you will be inspecting or got inspected or in a current state of inspection, that will be highlighted with dashed orange line. And here if you hover on that HTML DOM here, in that case you will see, notice that that particular element will highlighted with a solid red outline. Now here you see all possible selectors are generated for this element which we have inspected, and you all know that selectors are used to generate the best XPath, relative XPath, CSS selector. So everything is here: index based XPath, test rigger path, jQuery, JS path. So in whichever framework you are working, you will find all of them, whatever is required for you. Now if you want to generate for any other element, you just select this inspector, inspect that element, and it will generate here. You can also like make it sort or expand this according to your requirement, so that you can do here. Here you have a option like any of these auto generated selector you want to copy. Just click on the copy icon here. You can click on this and the value will be copied in your clipboard. If any of these value you want to edit, just click on those values. It will copy paste the value here in the input box here, and you can edit and verify like you do. Just press enter. So this is how you can copy, edit and verify. Now suppose if you want to write XPath and selectors for any element, like let's say for example this inspected element, so in that case you just start typing here, and you see like in a smart editor, selectors will start suggesting the value here. So you can just write and verify your start writing and verifying your selector here, and it will suggest all possible combinations of attribute and attribute values. If you make any mistake, so you know that selectors are used to give you the exact error message, and it tells you that what is wrong, what is missing in your XPath and selector, so that you can fix it here. So this also it supports XPath and CSS selectors error handling, exception handling, and it helps you to learn about those concepts. If you do anything wrong here, it will let you know that what wrong, what is missing, what you are doing, what you are not supposed to do. So that also helps us a lot in learning. You just inspect and then you see that here. Now suppose if you want to write CSS selector, you just start typing CSS selector, and as soon as you start typing, it starts suggesting here, and you will see that it shows CSS. These are the CSS options here, so you can write and verify. If you will type XPath, it will start suggesting XPath formats. So this is XPath. Then if you are writing XPath or CSS selector where you are using following, sibling, something like that, you just start typing and it will suggest those like keywords and predefined values, so that you will not have to type all the that complete word. So it will save a good amount of time for you. Now suppose if you are writing any XPath or CSS selector here, and suppose you want to type a new value, you want to write a new value, so in that case you need not to copy paste this value somewhere and write a new value again. You just click on plus button here, and this value will be saved here in SelectorsHub, which you can fetch anytime you want. And in that case, like you want to, let's say you want to write now something else here, you can start typing here and write. If you want to access the previous value, click here, click on this, and the value will be pasted here. So this is how you can save the value here in SelectorsHub itself. So that was the another feature. Now I will explain one by one all these features which are there here in SelectorsHub. The next one is this: click to make selectors case insensitive. So you can also make any selectors or XPath case insensitive. Suppose this here I is capital, so right now it is verifying. If we make this I small, will it work? No. So can we make it case insensitive? Yes. You just click on this button, and now you see that it will make case insensitive. So you see that even with a small I it is working. So this is how you can convert your XPath and CSS selector. You can make them case insensitive. Then here we have this access based XPath as well. So generally, like most of us used to write the XPath relative to other element, but that takes a lot of time to write and we have to waste a lot of time. So here in this case, in SelectorsHub, you can automatically generate the access based XPath. Just click on this button here, and now start inspecting. Let's say we want to generate XPath for enter password field with respect to password label. So first you inspect password label, and then again select this inspector and inspect this password, enter password. and here you see that the XPath is generated for enter password field with respect to password. So this is how you can generate the XPath for any element with respect to other element. Now you can simply copy this if you want to copy this value, or if you want to add it, you can click on this and it will copy paste here. If you want to generate a new value, so again same thing, like you come here, start inspecting. Let's say you want to generate for courses with respect to products. First inspect product, then inspect courses. Again you have to select it. So this is how we have generated XPath for courses with respect to products. This is great. This feature even becomes much faster in pro version, so we will show that even in pro version as well. And good thing is that we are giving the free access of pro version for all the users. So if you are the new one, someone who wants to take, so just go to SelectorsHub website, and here you see that, like even in homepage also you will find that. So if you are watching this tutorial and this offer is available, at that time you can take this. Very simple, just follow these few steps and you will get the pro version access. So there you get amazing features for this generating the XPath with respect to another element. Let me just quickly show you here. So this is the pro version. You just click here. So first of all, like you don't see any ads or something, and suppose you want to generate access based XPath. So here you see that only once you select this inspector, and suppose you want for this enter email with respect to user email, click here, and the XPath is generated. If you want for enter password with respect to password, first click here, then click here, and the XPath is generated, relative XPath. So this becomes very fast in the pro version. So we'll see more, but we highly recommend all our users, if you're watching this and the offer is available, please take the pro version access, because this is really super duper powerful, amazing UI, neat and clean, no interruption in between, no ad, nothing. Okay, moving on to the free version first. Let's see. Here next one is attribute filter. So suppose right now by default it used to generate XPath with some attribute, like it is generating with ID, and you feel that ID is dynamic for your page and you don't want to use ID attribute. In that case, here we have attribute filter. You see that ID checkbox here, you uncheck this, now it will generate without ID, like it is generating with placeholder. So this is how you can use these attribute filter. Whichever you doesn't want to generate, you can uncheck them. Here suppose you want to generate with any particular attribute. In that case, you can pass the attribute value here. Like suppose you want to generate with title, so in that case you pass the title here, and now you see that it is generating with title. So with whatever attribute you want, that you can choose here. To learn more about this feature, you can just click on this tutorial icon here and you will learn more about it. Every feature we have added a tutorial, so whenever you face any issue, like with access based XPath also tutorial is there. So with any like feature, if you face issue, there is a tutorial attached, so you can watch that. Now here it is generating this this is generating XPath, CSS selector and all those selectors, but we don't use this value in our code, like just this value. We always write some code surrounding that XPath or CSS selector. Like you see that at find by something like this, or driver.find element by.xpath, something like this we always used to write. So can we get that value? Yes, you just have to click on code, and here you see that now this value is appended on this, and simply copy this value and come here and paste it. So this way you can like just copy paste that value and complete value is written here. You need not to type that driver.find element or something like that, right? So this way you can generate the code. You can also like choose any of these, like at find by something. So this way it is generating even with this as well, and it will take care of that web element name and everything. Then we have the page object model. So suppose you want to generate XPath or CSS selector, or basically like locator page you want to generate, like XPath and selector for multiple element along with the code. In that case, we have the page object model here, and now you start inspecting the element for whichever elements you want to generate. So here you have to generate, like click one by one, inspect one by one all the elements, and you see in SelectorsHub XPath and selectors and everything is being generated. So let's say if these much has been generated. Now suppose here you scroll and you will find all of them. So here xpath for all the elements has been generated. You can simply copy them and use it in your script. Or if you want to generate the code, just click on this code and you see that the complete locator page is generated now. You copy this. It is asking you to take the pro version trial. You can take the pro version. So now you can just paste this code in your like paste this locator page in your code and you would be able to use it. So this is how you can generate the locator page as well. Now xpath healing. In xpath healing, you will be able to generate the you will be able to verify all the xpath in one shot. You just click on this here, and suppose you have a piece of code like this and you want to verify all these xpath, because there might be some UI change happen or something happen. In that case, you want to verify all of these xpath. So we have xpath healing feature. Just go to that page on which you want to verify all the xpath for which you want to verify. Click at it, paste your code here and click on submit. You see that all the xpath has been fetched from the script and verified here on this page, and whichever got changed, they are showing 0 matching node. Whichever are correct, it is showing correct, 1 matching node. So which got changed, you can just fix them and change in your script. So this way you can verify all xpath in CSS selector. Just xpath, sorry, not CSS selector. In SelectorsHub Pro version, we have this selectors healing feature where it will verify all xpath and CSS selectors, not just the xpath. So that I will also show you later. Then we have the debugger feature. If you want to inspect any dynamic element, in that case you can use the debugger feature. Again I will come to so okay, let me just explain this debugger feature. Suppose there are some elements which like kind of drop down elements which you want to for which you want to generate the xpath and CSS selector. So some of the drop down you will be able to right click on them and you can inspect and like copy the value of selectors in xpath. But there will be some drop downs or some dynamic drop down where you would not be able to inspect them. Like for an example, on flipkart.com, let's say if you start typing here something, sorry, let me just type AirPods, and you try to right click on this, you see that immediately it got disappear before you like inspect and copy the value or anything you do. So in such situation, how can we copy like inspect such kind of drop down elements? So there we can use the debugger feature. Here, to use debugger from the side panel, you will have to open the DevTools always. So in this case, we always recommend like in place of using debugger from here. Okay, but let me first show you from here itself. What you have to do, just now after opening the DevTools, just click on this debugger button and within 5 seconds make that drop down visible. Now you will notice that it will hold that drop down, and now you will be able to inspect it and see the value. So here you will have to use this DevTools inspector. So basically we always recommend, like when you want to use the debugger, use the Selectors Hub in the DevTools panel. So where to find Selectors Hub in DevTools panel? Like right click here, inspect. This is the old way of using Selectors Hub, which we don't recommend now. So here on the left side you see Elements tab, and on the right side you see a couple of side tabs are there, but Selectors Hub is not visible. Selectors Hub will be hidden here after 2 arrows. Click on this, Selectors Hub is here as a last tab. So here you can find. So this is the old way of using Selectors Hub. We highly recommend to use Selectors Hub here as a side panel, because that's way you just have to click it once and it will be always open for all the tabs and everything. Okay, so that's how you can use the debugger feature. Now next is we have the code. Like if you want to generate xpath and CSS selector with like double quotes, by default it used to generate with single quote. So if you want to generate with double quote, click on this and it will start generating with double quote. Here you have the customize feature. Like if you want to remove some of the values, some of the elements from the UI, that you have the option. Like you don't want to see all of the selectors visible here in the UI, that you can uncheck, like jQuery, JSPath, class name, absolute xpath, tag name, whatever you don't want to see, you can hide them. So now you will not see those values here. Here you have reset button, so it will by default like just make everything as in default if you want to go to default setting. It also used to support the SVG element, iframe, nested iframe, shadow DOM, multiple shadow DOM, everything it used to support. So do not worry about that. Like you see that, click on inspect button. If any element will be SVG special property, it will right there, it will highlight with before you inspect that element, and that's where you can just get to know that what element it is. If it is shadow DOM, iframe, inside iframe, it will tell you each and everything here. You see that? Isn't it amazing? Like it is telling you this element is inside shadow DOM even without inspecting. So you will not waste any time. It is telling you can't inspect element because it is closed shadow DOM. Very helpful. If you inspect that, it will let you, it will give you the like selectors, all possible selectors, the script to handle that shadow DOM, which is very helpful. You just have to copy and paste this script in your code and you will be done. Even in pro version, you used to get the Selenium with JavaScript, Playwright with Java with JavaScript, Cypress with JavaScript, the complete code you used to get with different framework if you're working. So this works here. If you have any page which has the iframes and all, it used to work for them as well. Like you just have to inspect and it is letting you know that this element is inside iframe. You see that? This is really amazing. If any element will be inside multiple iframes and all, it will tell you each and everything. So it will help you in much better way. So you will not have to write like xpath and elements for iframes. It will give you everything. So this is how it used to support iframe, nested iframe, shadow DOM, SVG elements, and all kinds of elements it used to support. It gives you the like xpath and CSS selectors error and all. It also like if you don't want to open selectors up, even just by right clicking, and you see that from here itself you can copy the value. So this is also very helpful, that you just click here and the value will be copied in your clipboard and you can use that in your code. But even in pro version, it got much better feature. Like here you are not able to see the value, that what value you are copying, while in SelectorsHub Pro you can see the value, what value you are going to copy before even copying the value. You can see that you just have to click on this value and value got copied in your clipboard. So this got very useful. So this is the SelectorsHub free version. We highly recommend once again to use the pro version. Let me just quickly show you what all features are there in pro version which are not there in free version. So from where you can see the comparison, just go to selectorshub.com under pro plans. Here you will see the SelectorsHub Pro, and if you are using SelectorsHub for a company, then we really request and recommend that you ask your company to take the pro version business plan, so that like it will be very helpful for them, and also it will support us to run all the free products. And this will definitely saves a lot of time for your team and for you people, as well as it is like just very cheap. So for company it is just a meal cost, nothing else. So anyways, in the pro version you see that these many features are there which are very helpful. First and foremost is the inspector, which is super powerful. It doesn't get deactivated. Once you click on this, you can inspect as many elements as you want. You will not have to again select that, and whenever you want to deactivate, just right click. Isn't it amazing? Like if you are here let's say on this page, or any page where practice page here, let's say, so you just have to select this and you start inspecting element, as many as elements you want. Like in case of, like, let's say you are generating access based xpath, you will not have to select this inspector again and again. You just click and relative xpath will be generated. Similarly, like if you are on this page, let's say, and you want to generate the locator page, you just select inspector once and you see that you just inspect as many elements as you want, and it will not cause any problem for you. You need not to select this again and again. If you are let's say if you want to generate the like suppose if we close this, and suppose you want to generate the you want to verify all types of selectors in from your script, because there could be a region that your script might have changed or UI might have changed. So because of that, multiple selectors locators got changed. So in that case, you just copy this complete script where xpath, css selector and everything is there. So it will fetch all of them and verify. Like suppose we are on any page here and you want to verify, you have selectors healing feature here. Click on this and paste your complete value, and see all of them has been verified, xpath, id, class name. So it used to verify all of them. This is super amazing. If suppose your element is inside shadow dom or something and you are working with playwright, it gives you the code with playwright java, playwright javascript, so that you get automatically. Here you get cypress, selenium, all those options you used to get. Very helpful for you. You also get to generate the playwright selectors automatically here in pro version. Like you see, go to customize and here you will find this pw option so that you can select. Also you have this option of like dragging and drop here, like whichever selector you want to put on top, that you can keep it here. Like you just drag and drop and rearrange the things according to you. So there are plenty of features in pro version which you will really enjoy and very helpful, a lot more time saver. So we highly recommend everyone to use the pro version, and we are giving the free access. So please get your account free today and enjoy using the SelectorsHub and save more time. If you get any question, any feedback, please do let us know in the comment section. If you like SelectorsHub, please share it with others and help us to let everyone know the new way of using SelectorsHub. There is no other plugin out there which has this kind of amazing feature that just one click you can open it. Even you can open it through keyboard shortcut. Just press Command Shift S or Command. You can also change the keyboard shortcut as well. So this way you can open SelectorsHub. Like if you are on Windows, just press Control Shift S. If you are on Mac, press Command Shift S. If you want to change the keyboard shortcut, just right click on the logo, click on Manage Extension, Keyboard Shortcut, and here click on Edit and you can change the keyboard shortcut. So this way you can do that as well. So this is the SelectorsHub, guys. If you have any question, any feedback, please do let us know in the comment section. There are more products like Test Case Studio, Testing Daily, Auto Test Data, Test Case Hub. Please do give it a try to all these products. They are really helpful. Test Case Studio is super amazing, has amazing features. We are also providing the free access of Test Case Studio Pro. You can get it now. Testing Daily is the another very useful product to get all the latest testing updates. So if you don't have this mobile app browser plugin, do install it. Whenever you will open new tab, you will see some of the amazing blog feed here, YouTube tutorial, what's happening in the testing industry, so you will get to know everything. Auto test data is very simple web app to generate the fake test data, which will very helpful. Just in 3 clicks you can generate the as many as fake test data whichever is required for your testing process. And Test Case Hub is the test case repository, which is very helpful to get any kind of test cases. So these are amazing product lineup of SelectorsHub, which gives you guys, provides you, helps you in your day-to-day testing work. I hope you guys are enjoying SelectorsHub products, and please do support us by sharing, by letting others know about these products, and please do share your feedback and do take your pro version access. Thank you so much.